Let's take a look at how these 4 pieces of equipment are rolled onto the ship. This set of chemical equipment will depart from Xinjiang, follow the Yangtze River channel into the East China Sea, then head north, and finally be transported to Panjin, Liaoning. These 4 house-sized pieces of equipment are the main focus of this transport, each about 22 meters long, 15 meters wide, and 16 meters high. The heaviest one weighs 370 tons, and even the lightest is over 60 tons. This time, we'll be using these modular trailers for the transport. The workers actually arrived on site a few days ago, but because the weather has been really bad lately, the conditions weren't suitable for transport, so they couldn't start work. Generally speaking, when transporting such large cargo, if the wind speed exceeds level 6, work will be suspended to ensure safety. Finally, the weather started to improve, and there were more cargo ships on the Yangtze River, but the sky was still gray and hazy, making it feel like the sky and the river had merged into one. Switching back to the project site, the workers had already assembled the trailers and were getting ready to drive them underneath the cargo for lifting. The workers operated in pairs. One was responsible for operating the equipment, while the other checked for any safety hazards nearby. For this transport, 2 sets of 16-axle modular trailers were used. After being assembled, there are a total of 128 tires, each of which can independently achieve full steering, so the movement of the vehicle group can be precisely controlled like this. Once the vehicles were fully in position, the workers connected the 2 trailer heads together using a hydraulic hose. Inside the trailer head, there's a fuel tank and a complex electrical control system. After connecting them together like this, both trailer units can be controlled with a single remote control. This is the remote control for the entire trailer unit. It looks complicated, and honestly, it's not simple at all. After the workers finish debugging, they can officially start the lifting operation. Wooden planks are placed on the trailer to prevent damage to the equipment and cargo, and at the same time, they increase friction to keep the equipment stable. Once the trailer bed is raised and touches the equipment, the workers start strapping and securing the cargo to prevent any instability during transport. They use a manual chain hoist for reinforcement. Every turn adds an extra layer of safety. This is the tool we just used. It actually feels quite hefty when you hold it. After all the preparations are done, the equipment officially begins its journey. Since roll-on/roll-off operations are closely tied to the tides, we have to wait for high tide before we can proceed, so these pieces of equipment will have to rest on the bridge for a while. As the cargo is being transferred to the approach bridge, the tide is also gradually covering the shore. The tide arrived right on time, and the transport is proceeding according to plan. Once the tide rises to a safe level, the cargo ship also starts to dock at the pier. Taking advantage of this time, our technicians and the dock workers begin laying down steel plates to connect the pier and the cargo ship. Every step of the transport process is carefully calculated to prevent any issues along the way. In no time, the steel plates are already in place. The forklift takes the lead, testing the strength of the steel plates first. Once the cargo ship is level with the dock, the equipment starts to be rolled on board. During the operation, the team has to stop every few meters, waiting for the ship to adjust its ballast water to keep the deck level with the dock before continuing to load. Repeat this step until the equipment is fully delivered to the ship. After the equipment is in place, the team drives off the cargo ship. Then, the rolling operation for the second piece of equipment begins right away. They continue with the same process as before. The window for suitable tidal conditions in a day is short, so they have to make the most of the time to transport. The Yangtze River has a semi-diurnal tide, with 2 high and 2 low tides each day, and the best time for the operation is right now. Due to the tide, the remaining 2 shipments were scheduled to be rolled on the next day. Transporting equipment isn't limited to just rolling operations. For smaller equipment, lifting is usually used as well. For example, equipment with a single unit weight of less than 350 tons. This time, the cargo ship used is a 100-meter-long deck barge, which, as the name suggests, is a vessel that transports cargo placed directly on its deck. Besides that, we've also used hold barges. After securing the equipment, we use crawler cranes or gantry cranes to lift the equipment into the ship's hold for transport. Next time we come across this kind of project, I'll show you all how it's done. After several days of hard work, all the equipment has finally been loaded onto the ship. The work here is temporarily over, and we will start our journey north without stopping.